Welcome everyone, this is Dana, aka Leafy Diva, and we're here to do a repot. I have my Syngonium Godzilla, I have my pond. I'll be taking this out of soil and putting it into pond, which is a mineral substrate. This little mineral mix contains pumice, zeolite, lava rock, and a slow release fertilizer. All right, so first things first, when you are transferring something over to pond, you need to assess the soil situation. So let's see what we're working with. This root system is actually really healthy, which I'm not really surprised by, to be honest, because it's a Syngonium. I've seen chunkier, but this isn't a pretty good mix for a Syngonium. These things dry out really fast because they go crazy. All I do is when I see roots like this, and I love juicy roots like this, I know that really all I'm gonna have to do is kind of rub my fingers through and kind of tease this dirt or this soil off of the roots. We're not taking all the soil off because that's just a lot of work and is really, just in my experience, unnecessary. But I think this is gonna be a really, really easy one. Okay, so funny thing is, I'm actually in a YouTube challenge and I'm supposed to be growing a plant out with some other YouTube creators, and we're supposed to see who can get the biggest plant by November of this year. And the contest started, and I think of like November of last year or October or something. I don't remember, but it started a long time ago, and I kept switching out my plants. And now I think I went with this one because first I had like a marble queen pothos and I wanted to do like a ficus string of frogs. And then I finally settled on this Syngonium Godzilla. So that's taken me months back. So now I have a very short amount of time to grow a plant. Let me clean some of this off. This looks good. Like this is what you want, guys. This is what you want. This root system looks so healthy. Also, I got this from Canopy Plant Co. If you guys don't know already, I have a discount code with them. So if you use Leafy Diva 15 at checkout, you will get 15% off of your order. And all I'm doing here is just removing some of the excess soil away from the roots that didn't easily shake off. And I'm just going in with a wooden skewer to do this. And see, sometimes there are these pockets of dirt in here or pockets of soil. Okay, so I'm actually I would plant this in pond right now, actually. That's how happy I am with this. But I'm just going to go in with the feather duster and just get some more of this soil off. If you're new to the channel, I use a feather duster for a lot with my plant maintenance. I use it to wipe the leaves off and wipe pests off and dust leaves and dust soil off of roots for pond transitions. I also use it to clean. Can y'all believe that? I want y'all to see this root though. Look at this. Look at this. Okay, I got it exactly how I want it. Now the next crucial piece to getting it right as far as the pond conversion goes is choosing the right self-watering planter. I have several different types of them, but for this repot, I'm gonna go with this Gardenix planter. I think I can't remember how big this is, but it's linked in my Amazon storefront. But one thing I want to let you know before you go out and get it is, see this little meter here? This meter has a tendency to stick sometimes. So the way that you know that you're watering your self-watering planter correctly is there's a little blue straw in here that is pushed up by a piece of styrofoam, which is right here. So it's pushed up by this piece of styrofoam as the water fills a reservoir, which in turn makes the styrofoam rise into this visible display right here, so you can see exactly how much water you have in the reservoir. The problem with that is that this straw sticks sometimes. So it'll be inside of a planter and you will see the straw all the way up to the top as if the planter is full when there is indeed no water at the bottom because it is stuck. So every once in a while, I'll come in and I like flick this or just jiggle it around or something so the straw can come back. And the crazy thing about it is you really never know when that's going to happen. It doesn't happen often, but it does happen. And when it does, it can be super detrimental because I almost lost the plant because I didn't know that all that time it had not been watered because this was just up all the time. And I'm finally like, okay, well, he hasn't had to be watered in a while time. I wonder what's going on. I pulled this liner up and is bone dry inside of the reservoir. So that's one of the reasons why, even though I still use these, I'm kind of transitioning out of using these. So I haven't bought any new ones. I'm just using all the old ones that I have. I really love a Lechuza planter. I'm just going to tell you that. But for my non-expensive, just really robust, vigorous growing plants like this Syngonium Godzilla, I choose to just use these. Because as you guys know, Lechuza planters can be so expensive. It's just difficult to be able to afford having an entire plant collection, especially the size of mine, using all Lechuza planters. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and fill this planter. So this is where I want the front to be. I actually want this in the front because it's just easier to figure out when to water it. And so I'm just gonna go ahead and backfill in. Actually, just gonna pour. Also, this is recycled pon. I use recycled pon because it's just easier for me and I haven't run into any problems with it. Just backfilling here. I'm just gonna fill the rest in. It looks like I had almost just enough pon. Okay. And I'm eventually gonna have to get this supported. All right. Let me pour the rest of this in. All right. I think this is actually good. See, sometimes it doesn't have to be complicated, y'all. It does not have to always be complicated. I'm just gonna put him in here. So this looks good, but we are not done yet because we need to water, and this is a really important part of the whole transition. What I usually do when I first transition things over to pon is I wanna make sure that the plant doesn't drown, especially when I'm putting it in the self-watering planter. But just in the beginning, all I'll do is water the pon and just make sure that the pon is hydrated. And that's all I do. I usually don't fill the reservoir until I feel that the roots have taken up most of or a lot of the substrate. So I don't have to deal with root rot. Because yes, you can rot things in pon. There is a caveat to that. If I'm planting in one of these planters that has this convenient little rope wick here that wicks water up, I will fill the reservoir. So these particular planters, this is a Lechuza mini QB, and what I have inside here is a Hoya macrophylla red. And oh my goodness, he's gonna be making like 7 leaves. That's insane. Back to what I was saying. So this is a Lechuza mini QB. I love this planter. I also like the Lechuza maxi QB. And so for these, I fill the reservoir completely. So I water it thoroughly, fill the reservoir. And I really don't have to deal with root rot with these planters. So I'm just a lot more confident just filling up the reservoir in them. So we are done. And I also have a bonus for you. A few weeks ago, I transitioned my Philodendron rugosum and this Upper Primum pinnatum marble to Lechuza-Pon. And I just want to show you what they look like now. Both of them have produced new leaves. Look at this one, it's beautiful. And I think they're gonna do really well. And so for both of these, I did fill the reservoirs up when I first planted them. And you can see right here that in the 2 weeks it's been in here, it's taken up this much water, which is a really good sign that he's doing well. I don't even need to take him out to see what the roots are doing. I think he's gonna be fine. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, go ahead and give me a like and a subscribe. And I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.